Well, hello and welcome to this video. We're going to talk once again about the state of things here in the middle of the island, the crime and everything else going on. At least News 12 was actually being responsible today and covering some of it. You know, and just before I get started, obviously, this is an image I took last night. Only 8 o'clock, Route 109 in Farmingdale. You can see not even a car on the road, barely a car on the road. This is the way it is here in the middle of the island. You know, it's getting worse. It's getting so much worse, and I just want to say off the bat, coming home tonight, you know, I was in Belmore, of course, where there's plenty of life, and then I walked over to Jerusalem Avenue to catch the 55 bus, and I think there was some cars. I mean, it was kind of quiet, but there was some cars, and getting to Hempstead Transit Center, I don't think it's safe to go to Hempstead Transit Center anymore because there were so many EDPs and unstable people and illegals and homeless just hanging out there. Security does nothing about it. You know, it's just full of it. And then I take the bus to Mineola, 4041, and there are a bunch more of them hanging out in Mineola by the transit center there, by the train station. It smelled like weed everywhere. Mineola was just dead. I mean, this is Mineola Boulevard. I mean, not a car on the road, barely a car on the road. Nobody walking around, except some possible people who might be here illegally. I mean, this is what's happening. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the latest going on. And obviously, when I saw all this, it gave me a panic attack, and I felt really sick when I got home. So, but I have to talk about this because this is the first thing that News 12 covered this. This happened in broad daylight in Roosevelt Field. Pretty much right by Roosevelt Field is an office building. So we're going to play this.
Looking for a man who robbed a woman not far from Roosevelt Field Mall. News tells Nicolette Schleisman is in Garden City now with what we know.
This all happened just before 4 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday, and this is a fairly busy area. There's several stores and businesses around. Police say a 53-year-old woman was in a parking lot on Old Country Road near Ruth's Chris Steakhouse when she got out of her car and was approached by a...
And I bet that place is going to close, Ruth's Chris. They're probably going to relocate to the South Shore or something.
Man. We're told he ripped her purse off her shoulder and sped off in a gray BMW. Cash, credit cards, and an iPhone were inside the bag. We've been reporting about problems at the mall for several months now. Earlier this month, police were called to the mall twice. Once after...
Where's the county executive? Where is he? Where's Bruce Blakeman? Let's get him on the screen. Where is this guy? It's so obvious he only cares about the South Shore. The crime has gotten way worse since he's become county executive, by the way. Way worse. He doesn't care about us. He only cares about the South Shore.
Two women stole from the H&M store. Police say the women sprayed an employee in the face when he tried to grab the bag of merchandise from them. Another for a smash and grab, where police say someone stole $4,000 worth of jewelry from a kiosk near JCPenney. That smash and grab similar to another incident when tens of thousands of dollars in jewelry were taken during a smash and grab at Macy's in November. Many people we spoke with were surprised and worried this happened so close to where they work.
It makes you very nervous to come out in the parking lot and wonder what's going on, like why. I know we're at Roosevelt Field and there's so many things happen there. It's just scary. It's nerve-wracking. It makes you want, it makes you not want to come back out after work.
Police are still looking for the man involved in this latest incident.
That's what it is, and people just don't want to be here, especially at night. It's not safe.
Near Roosevelt Field Mall. If you have any information, you are encouraged to contact Nassau County Crime Stoppers. In Garden City, Nicolette Schleisman, News.
It just feeds on itself. I'm telling you, it just feeds on itself. People are afraid. They're scared, but Bruce Blakeman, he doesn't care. Let's get to the latest. Let's get to the other story here. This also a very scary home invasion in North Hills. Remember the home invasion in Greenvale? Well, we got another one now in North Hills.
This afternoon in a tight-knit community in Nassau, 3 men armed with a gun broke into a home in North Hills. Our Caroline Flynn just spoke to the victim. And Caroline, what is she saying
and it's
about
absolutely
what happened
terrifying
here?
What they experienced, and it was random.
Well, Rich, she is saying she does not know why these three men chose her home. They didn't demand anything from her, and they didn't take anything from her. Police are saying this was not a targeted attack.
I don't know why they let me go.
A North Hills resident describing a harrowing home invasion at her Folly courthouse yesterday.
I have no idea but to say, to me as a person, it was a miracle that I'm alive.
The 69-year-old said that Monday morning, three men dressed as utility workers rang her doorbell.
They had orange hats, like
And
green.
daylight.
They had sunglasses on, masks, leather gloves.
And because a utility crew had been in the neighborhood working on a gas leak the week prior, her home health aide thought nothing of it.
They put a gun to his head, and they brought him. They came up to my room. He locked himself in my bedroom while they had me on the floor, and he was screaming, "Police, police," out the window.
It's unbelievable how scary and terrifying that must be. You know, it's like, it really makes you want to get a gun to defend yourself, you know? It really does. I mean, it's getting worse. It's getting much worse.
A neighbor said the screams were so loud they awoke him from a nap.
Just keep hearing this voice over and over again. I think he or she have at least yelled 6-7 times, just the same thing over and over again.
It worked.
They ran out of here. They didn't walk. They ran.
Her focus now is on recovering from this random attack. And police are still investigating. No arrests have been made. So if you have any information, get in touch with Nassau Police. You can easily do so by
They
calling.
always get away, don't they? It's very interesting. They always get away because there are not enough police around. There aren't enough people around. There's just not enough people around.
911 or Crime Stoppers, and know that all calls will remain anonymous. Rich?
And it feeds on itself because less people are around, the more people are afraid, and the less people come. So it becomes a feedback cycle. And yeah, even the North Shore is dealing with this because, again, it's not, yeah, people like, hey, John, those homes are like 1.5 million or 2 million. That may be true, but it's not a homogenous area of white finance professionals. And it doesn't matter the income. You see there's some diversity there. They're going to bring the problems because though people in North Hills, they don't have the political power in this county. It's all about the South Shore. They have no political power. They're pretty much in the same boat we are here in the middle of the island. And I feel so bad for that woman. I really do. Really do. It's and the homeowner was 69 years old too. So elderly person or, a senior citizen, seriously, you could sell your home probably for like $2 million, get the hell out of there. You could buy a home in New Jersey in Ocean County for like $600,000 in a much safer area. And I'm sure that's what she's going to do. She's going to move. I would move after that. That's terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. And let's go to the latest story. There's another story here we got here. And if we go all the way up here, they don't even have a story on this yet. So this just broke now. Hopefully they'll do an extended video on it, but this is exactly what I mean about opening the borders, folks. This is exactly what I mean. And I'm sure a lot of these people, look, they struggle, they're escaping hardship. But when you don't have screening, you don't know what you're getting in. And Joe Biden is just letting them come in across the border and just saying and just releasing them, no matter what. So instead of reading the News 12 story, we're going to read the story from the Daily Voice. So it says 5 alleged theft group members nabbed for attempted burglary on Long Island. A group of people thought to be part of a South American theft group were arrested after they were discovered on Long Island with a Wi-Fi signal scrambler, crowbars, and more. So it happened on Monday, January 29th in Elmont at approximately 9:45 a.m. Of course, the middle of the island. What else is new? It's never the South Shore, right? Very rarely the South Shore. The group was discovered near South King Street in 2 cars, a black Nissan Rogue and a Mitsubishi Lancer, both with Ohio plates, one of which was recognized by officers as the vehicles involved in multiple burglaries across different jurisdictions. Police said that an investigation located multiple burglary tools in the car, including a Wi-Fi signal scrambler, portable radios, and crowbars. The following 5 people who were in the cars were arrested. Doesn't say where they're from. Oh, they live in Queens. And 2 of them were homeless, too. So I think these are migrants. These are the migrants. This is what they're letting in. Thank you, Governor Hochul, Eric Adams, for letting these people in unchecked. And Bruce Blakeman, he ain't doing shit to protect us. So here are the names. Carolina, Deanna. I'm not even going to read them. You see them on the screen. The Gerardo Francos and Verrega live in Queens, while police said Beltran, Avila, and Baez Barragan were homeless. All 5 are from Colombia, and police accuse them of being part of a South American theft. These groups are sometimes referred to as crime tourists. Thank you, Governor Hochul, for allowing them into the state. Every person arrested was charged with attempted burglary, possession of burglar tools, criminal tampering, and attempted conspiracy. Beltran Avila was given an additional charge of second-degree burglary for a previous alleged crime. And they were scheduled to appear in court today, and hopefully they weren't released, but you never know. They might have been. So this is what these people are bringing to the table, all right? This is what they're bringing, all right? So while everybody in the South Shore is living it up in their enclaves, celebrating all the big gains on Wall Street, we have this invasion going on. They're living it up in their own little world, drinking the wine, while the rest of us suffer. It's unbelievable, and the rest of us are suffering more and more and more. It's interesting how this rarely ever happens on the South Shore. It's always the middle of the island, on the North Shore, because the South Shore has the white finance professionals. They're the ones that have all the political power. The rest of us don't. We're left and we're forgotten. So it's getting really scary out there, guys. And it's really scary in the middle of the island. I'm seeing more and more of these kind of people hanging around. Bruce Blakeman isn't doing crap about it, particularly Nassau County. All right? You know, we're going to look at Newsday for a second here. We know we can't read Newsday, but they had an article about the migrant crisis down here. Somewhere they had it. Of course, now it seems to be gone. It's funny how it just disappeared. But they had an article on it. Yeah, migrants on LI, stories of the search for a new life. And look, all right, not all of them are criminals, but we don't have any way to... I'm all for legal immigration, all right? And I think these people are fleeing some really, really horrible things, all right? And the ones that are not criminals should be given a chance. But when you just let them all in without any, Eric Adams, this guy right here, all right, one of the worst mayors New York City ever had, yet somehow the city council voted to override him on his veto of an NYPD bill that's going to make the police's job even harder. So even as far left as he is, the city council is even further left. And guess who's going to bear the brunt of that? It's going to be the people of color, the poor communities, the middle class. They think they're helping people of color by letting more criminals out on the streets. No, it's hurting them. We're the ones that suffer the most from this. People of color, people with disabilities. While the snobs, they're sitting safe in their enclaves. Not that Eric Adams would care. But as far to the left as he is, the city council is even worse. And then you got Kathy Hochul, the worst governor ever of this state. We've got a serious Kathy crime wave Hochul. We've got a serious problem with crime in this state. And she's like completely asleep at the wheel here. I mean, it's unbelievable. Taking action to address the asylum seeker crisis. What you should do is sending those buses right around. All right? But no, you're letting them all into the state, letting the state be overrun because we all know it's part of the plan. Move these guys in. They're going to bring crime. They're going to bring problems. They're going to go to the middle class areas. They're going to go to the diverse areas. And we're going to deal with all the crime. While the snobs, they're going to sit safe and happy in their enclaves drinking wine. All right? That's what's going to go on. And you have to fight to live with them. But they only want to be with their own kind. So if you're not just like them, well, chances are you're going to get forced out, pushed to live somewhere else. All right? It's all part of the plan. It's all part of the plan. Alone. That's the way I feel. It's all part of the plan, isn't it? It's all part of the plan. You know where I'm going to have to go live. It's an eventuality. I can't deny that it's eventuality. I don't talk about it because it hurts me such a great deal to talk about. But I know it's going to happen. If I can't get to live down on the South Shore, then I'm going to have to go live in New Jersey. And I got to beg these people for mercy and beg them, get on my hands and knees to let me in. And if they don't, my future's done here on Long Island. It's done. So, that's all. Thank you for watching, and Just pray.